Mark Chapman should have shot her instead. Yoko Ono was a payback for Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Because of this bitch, the Beatles is no more. On any video featuring Yoko Ono with John Lennon, virtually every comment is like this. The comments stem from the popular accusation that Ono was the reason for the Beatles' breakup, and her otherness as an Asian woman, a Japanese woman, combined with her avant-garde musical style, which, upon initial listening, may sound only like shrill screaming without any reasoning behind it. This video attempts to explain and defend Yoko's musical style, which pulls from Eastern and Western influences. To better understand Yoko's music, let's begin with her musical background. Yoko's father, SK, was a banker and former classical pianist, who vicariously lived through Yoko by forcing her to take up classical piano as well. Yoko was also well versed in Imperial Japanese court music, called gagaku, which translates into English as elegant music. Gagaku is a very minimal musical form, and the instrumentation almost sounds like human wailing, perhaps as to lift the music up to heaven. Yoko's Don't Count the Waves from her 1971 album Fly is very reminiscent of gagaku. Gagaku, classical Japanese music, and Zen Buddhism in general partly influenced Yoko's mentors John Cage and Lamont Young, subjects that Yoko was already familiar with. With Young's and Cage's inspiration, combined with Eastern musical traditions, Yoko set out creating art and music that was uniquely her own. Another sort of genre of Japanese music that influenced Yoko was enka, which was a form of pop music that emerged in Japan in the 1970s, featuring a more traditional Japanese vocal style. Here's a piece of shamisen music featuring a traditional vocal style, which influenced enka music and which subsequently influenced Yoko. Enka music, lyrically, generally deals with enduring hardships, loneliness, and life's difficulties, similarly to blues music. These strong emotions are conveyed through the singer's quavering and passionate voice. Yoko herself had faced many hardships throughout her life. During World War II, her family lived in poverty and had to scavenge for food in the Japanese countryside, where farmers, irritated by refugees coming in from the city, would throw rocks at her and her family. She had a strained relationship with her parents, who resented her free-spiritedness. She was estranged from her daughter Kyoko in the 60s, and in the 70s had tried everything she could to see her daughter again, but ultimately to no avail until fairly recently. The biggest blow, of course, came when her husband was killed right in front of her. And like in enka music, Yoko's voice quavered and she screamed, partly to voice her hardships. I am not sure of what to make of Yoko Ono as a person, as there are conflicting accounts of what to make of her. But when it comes to her music, she does not deserve any sexist and racist digs that come her way. Overall, when it comes to her personally, she obviously does not deserve these digs either. You don't have to like her music. Personally, I don't like all of her music. But since understanding where she comes from musically, I have learned to appreciate her music more than I did before. Her screaming and wailing are not arbitrary. They have meaning behind them, steeped in the Japanese tradition. Her music conveys raw emotion, which oftentimes projects great sorrow.